Robert Charles Wilson is born on December 15, 1953 in California and currently resides in Toronto, Ontario. He's primarily a science fiction author and has been publishing since 1975, but his work didn't gain significance until the 1980s. Robert Charles Wilson has won the Hugo Award for Best Novel for his book Spin and the John W. Campbell Memorial Award for Best Science Fiction Novel in 2002 for his novel The Chronoliths. The Affinities is purely science fiction, with the main events taking place in a futuristic Toronto, Ontario. After the time skip, the novel's main events take place in Schulier, a town in the New York State county of Onenia. One significant place to the protagonist is at Rosedale Mansion in Ontario. The atmosphere is always familiar and comforting because it is a place where Tau can mingle and celebrate with each other under one roof. It also provides shelter for Taus who are going through hard times and have nowhere else to go. Many characters, notably the protagonist Adam Fisk, describe their experiences at Rosedale Mansion as a home away from home. The plot is centered around Adam Fisk, an artistically inclined student at Sheridan College who decides to take the Affinity test. After the standard 3 tests, Adam learns that he qualifies for Tau, one of Inter Alia's largest affinities. Upon joining Tau, Adam meets people who are dedicated to helping him with whatever problems he has, and he too helps them with their own troubles. As tensions start to rise between the affinities, Adam begins to realize that his mundane life is about to change in ways that will impact him forever. A character who I admired the most is the protagonist Adam Fisk. Throughout the story, Adam undergoes significant character development, from originally being indifferent towards his affinity to pouring his whole heart and soul for the future of Tau. Despite his family's little knowledge about affinities and his father's harsh insults and criticism for wasting his life, he didn't let other people's opinions influence him to change his decisions. Even though I personally can't relate to Adam, he shares similarities with an old friend. Even though her mother continuously yells, criticizes, and nags her, my friend doesn't allow her mother's attitude to demoralize and dissuade her from achieving her dream of becoming a YouTuber and a model. One major theme of this book is how the people around you can change you. For example, before joining Tau, Adam saw people in affinities as lonely and affinities as places to easily find a match. Adam's views were the same as the general public's views on affinities. After joining Tau and experiencing the kindness, hospitality, and advice given to him at his first tranche meet and during his period of struggle, Adam's views on affinities drastically change and shape him into a Tau who is willing to provide any form of aid to any fellow tranche mate. This novel can apply to someone who is struggling to find people that they can relate to. For instance, if you feel as if you don't fit in with a certain crowd, think of yourself as unique and find a group that shares the same unique interests and way of thinking as you. By doing this, you have found your own affinity that will potentially stick with you for a long time. One lesson that we can learn from this novel is to pursue the things we are passionate about. This novel can also be related to real life because of its emphasis on critical thinking and how technology innovation is shaping our society. Already, you've done more for yourselves than any other affinity. You've generated sturdy, complex systems of mutual support. You've created institutions like Talbors. Your members have made statistically unprecedented gains in productivity and net wealth, and these benefits have been distributed more or less equitably across the membership. Tau is a template for what the affinities can become, what they must become if they're to survive the approaching crisis. This brings me to the end of my book talk. Thank you for listening.